The ground began to shake. It started as a subtle vibration, almost imperceptible, but quickly grew in intensity. The tremors rippled through the earth, causing buildings to sway and people to lose their balance. It was August 8th, 2024, a day that began like any other, with the usual hustle and bustle of daily life. But this day would soon be marked by an event that would leave an indelible mark on the nation. A day that would etch itself into the minds of many Japanese citizens. The streets, usually filled with the sounds of chatter and commerce, were now filled with the sounds of alarm and confusion. A powerful earthquake, registering a magnitude of 7.1, had struck off the southern coast of Japan. The seismographs, with their jagged lines, told the story of a significant seismic event, its epicenter near Kyushu Island, specifically impacting Miyazaki Prefecture. This area, known for its serene landscapes and rich cultural heritage, was now at the center of a natural disaster. This region, known for its natural beauty, was no stranger to seismic activity. The lush greenery and tranquil rivers stood in stark contrast to the violent shaking that now gripped the land. But this tremor felt different. It was more intense, more prolonged, and it left a sense of unease in its wake. People clung to each other, their faces etched with fear and uncertainty. It was a stark reminder of the powerful forces that lie beneath the Earth's surface. The tectonic plates, always in motion, had once again reminded humanity of their presence. The quake's impact was immediate. Buildings swayed precariously and cracks began to appear on walls and streets. The infrastructure, though built to withstand such events, showed signs of strain. Buildings swayed and people rushed out into the streets, seeking safety and open ground. The fear of aftershocks drove them to open spaces away from the danger of collapsing structures. The familiar fear, ingrained in the collective memory of a nation familiar with earthquakes, began to surface. Memories of past quakes, of destruction and loss, came rushing back. The question was, how bad would it be? Rescue workers quickly mobilized, assessing the damage and preparing for the worst. The nation held its breath, waiting for news, hoping for the best but bracing for the worst. Emergency services were swift to respond, their training and preparedness evident in their actions. Neighbors helped each other, showing the resilience and solidarity that often emerges in times of crisis. News reporters covered the event live, broadcasting images of the aftermath to the world. The footage showed the extent of the damage, the fear in people's eyes, and the efforts to restore order. Shelters were quickly set up to accommodate those displaced by the quake. Aid began to pour in, both from within Japan and from the international community, as the world watched and responded. Scientists analyzed the data, discussing the earthquake's characteristics and potential aftershocks. Their work was crucial in understanding the event and preparing for any future tremors. Rebuilding efforts began almost immediately. People worked together to repair the damage, demonstrating the strength and resilience of the human spirit in the face of adversity. As the sun set over Miyazaki Prefecture, a sense of calm began to return. The day had been marked by fear and uncertainty, but also by courage and community. The people of Japan once again showed their ability to endure and rebuild. As the ground stopped shaking, a new fear arose: tsunami. The tremors had left the population in a state of panic, and the threat of a tsunami only added to the anxiety. People scrambled to higher ground, their minds racing with memories of past disasters. The Japan Meteorological Agency swiftly issued a tsunami advisory for coastal areas near the epicenter. The agency's quick response was crucial in ensuring that residents had enough time to evacuate and prepare for the worst. Sirens blared, and emergency alerts were sent out, urging people to move to safer locations. The imagery from the 2011 Tohoku earthquake and tsunami was still fresh in many minds. The devastation from that event had left an indelible mark on the collective consciousness of the nation. Entire towns had been wiped off the map, and the loss of life was staggering. The memory of that tragedy fueled the urgency of the current evacuation efforts. Thankfully, the waves that did reach the shore were relatively small, reaching up to 1.6 feet. While the waves were not as destructive as initially feared, the sight of the ocean encroaching on the land was enough to send shivers down the spines of those watching. The small waves served as a reminder of nature's unpredictable power. While there was some minor damage reported, broken windows, landslides, and some structural damage to buildings, the worst-case scenario had been averted. The community breathed a collective sigh of relief. But the minor damages were a stark reminder of what could have been. Emergency services quickly moved in to assess and repair the damage, ensuring that life could return to normal as soon as possible. But the relief was cautious. The earthquake served as a wake-up call, a reminder that Japan sits atop a restless giant. The nation is no stranger to seismic activity, and the constant threat of earthquakes and tsunamis is a part of daily life. Preparedness drills and warning systems are a testament to the resilience and vigilance of the Japanese people. The coastline, dotted with warning signs, stands as a silent sentinel, ever watchful for the next potential disaster. This event, though less catastrophic, reinforced the importance of readiness and the need for continuous vigilance in the face of nature's unpredictability. In an unprecedented move, Japanese authorities issued a megaquake warning. This was the first time such a warning had been issued, and it sent shockwaves throughout the country. The announcement was met with a mix of fear, confusion, and urgency as citizens scrambled to understand the implications. This wasn't just about the recent earthquake, which had already caused significant damage and disruption. It was about what it might foreshadow. Scientists and seismologists have long warned about the potential for a catastrophic event. The warning highlighted the potential for a much larger earthquake to occur along the Nankai Trough, a seismically active zone known for producing powerful earthquakes. This region has a history of devastating quakes, and experts have been closely monitoring it for signs of increased activity. This wasn't just a possibility, it was a geological inevitability. The government urged citizens to participate in preparedness drills and to have emergency kits ready. It was a stark reminder that the question wasn't if, but when. The scientific community has been working tirelessly to predict and prepare for such an event. The countdown to the next megaquake has already begun, and the urgency to be prepared has never been greater. The Nankai Trough, a submarine trench stretching for hundreds of kilometers south of Japan, has long been a source of anxiety for seismologists. This fault line has a history of generating devastating earthquakes, often exceeding magnitude 8. Scientists believe that a major earthquake in the Nankai Trough is overdue. The 7.1 magnitude quake, while significant, might only be a foreshock, a tremor signaling the release of even greater seismic energy in the near future. Section 5. Staying safe in uncertain times. As the nation grappled with the megaquake warning, authorities urged residents to remain vigilant. This was not a time for panic, but for preparedness. People living in coastal areas were advised to stay away from the coastline as a precaution against potential tsunami activity. Emergency drills were conducted and evacuation routes were reviewed. The goal was to ensure that everyone knew what to do when the next tremor struck. Section 6. A nation on alert. Japanese Prime Minister Fumio Kishida addressed the nation, his words offering both reassurance and a call to action. He urged citizens to stay calm, emphasizing that panic would only hinder preparedness efforts. He stressed the importance of following safety guidelines and staying informed through official channels. He reminded everyone that Japan, a nation forged in the crucible of natural disasters, had the resilience and the knowledge to face this challenge head-on. Section 7. Japan's enduring strength. Japan has long been at the mercy of nature's fury. Located on the Pacific Ring of Fire, a seismically active zone known for frequent earthquakes and volcanic eruptions, the nation has endured countless tremors throughout its history. But from these challenges, Japan has emerged as a global leader in disaster preparedness. The country has implemented some of the world's strictest building codes and disaster mitigation measures. Section 8. Knowledge is power, staying informed. In the face of potential seismic threats, information is paramount. The Japanese government, through various agencies and platforms, provides up-to-date information on earthquake activity, tsunami warnings, and safety procedures. It's crucial for residents to stay informed through these official channels, avoiding misinformation and rumors that can spread quickly during times of crisis. Section 9. Preparedness, a shared responsibility. Earthquake preparedness is not just the responsibility of the government, it's a collective effort. Every household, every individual has a role to play in ensuring their safety and the safety of their loved ones. This includes having an emergency plan, securing heavy objects in homes, knowing evacuation routes, and having a disaster preparedness kit readily available. Section 10. Facing the future together. The recent earthquake and the looming threat of the Nankai Trough serve as a stark reminder of the volatile ground beneath our feet, but they also highlight the indomitable spirit of the Japanese people. By heeding the warnings, staying informed, and working together, Japan can face the challenges ahead with resilience and determination. The earth may tremble, but the human spirit, bolstered by knowledge and preparedness, can withstand even the mightiest of tremors.